Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9 RIP, continuing our urban legends common route. I got it right for the second time. Because I think I got it right in the last part, but then I couldn't think of it, urban legends, later on. I was like, what the hell's the thing I'm thinking about, Umbrella Academy? Whatever, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're in chapter 5, so we might be getting close to branching into Sena's route, but we're with Koyo and we're looking for Sena because Reika's a stabby bitch and she's gonna go after my ghost boyfriend, and I ain't having that. So, as Koyo expected, we found Sena in the park. Oh, are you a friend of Koyo's? Okay, so is this supposed to be the next day? Because I thought it was later the same day. Okay, because they said that, like, when we ran into Koyo in the school, we were like, I saw her talking to him yesterday. But it was like, the way it happened was, okay, we saw them talking, we went up to him, like we were meeting him for the first time, whatever. We ran into him at the mall later on, and then we went to the school because we were going to try to use the spirit board or whatever, and we wanted to have more paper when we used the spirit board. And then Reika showed up at the school, whatever, and now we're here. So I don't know if he's asking this like, oh, hey, you also know Koyo, right? Or if he's asking like he doesn't know us. Because it was really weird when that happened in the last part, and it was like, oh, I saw her talking to him yesterday, and it was like, wasn't that earlier today? It was like, you know? Anyway. Seeing Sena stare at us with a bewildered look on his face, Koyo let out a loud sigh of relief. Huh? Koyo, what's going on? Well... You met a girl named Reika, right? Listen, that girl's dangerous. Stay away from her. Huh? Koyo, why would you say that? She's your girlfriend, right? That's a lie. Every word of it. That girl's been stalking me. A stalker? From when he was alive? That's what I was wondering. He died and then she followed him into the afterlife like a super crazy bitch? I mean, I am just saying, like, good God. She's committed to her craft, if nothing, though. Because she was stalking him when he was alive and he died, and then she's like, I'm going to stalk him in the afterlife. And that's commitment, so... It's about the only plus. It's not really a plus, but it's like, I mean, she's dedicated. If you gotta say something nice about her, it's she's dedicated. She's cute. She is cute, you know, but she's crazy, so. I knew that everything Reika said up to that point might have been a lie, but Reika had said she loved Koyo before she died. And when I heard that, I wondered if she might have killed herself to follow him in death. I'm pretty sure she did. The more I thought about it, the more that seemed to make sense. As these thoughts ran through my mind, Koyo turned to me with a look of concern. I'm not that worried about you getting attacked, Sena, but... Seeing as the two of you are so close, it makes sense Reika would go after her. All eyes were on me. You think I'm in the most danger? As scrawny as he may be, Sena can handle himself. You, on the other hand... Hey! Don't call me scrawny! I've been working out! I've got a great body! Show it and prove it. Spacey! This is not what... Spacey! Talking about a stalker bitch! I'm just saying, Sena, like, psh, put up or shut up. Take the shirt off, let's see. See what you got. I'm gonna settle things with Reika. Until then, don't do anything on your own. In that case, I'll go with her. Really? You don't mind? Mind? It would be my pleasure. Besides, I'm worried about you too. I felt bad for troubling him, but his words filled my heart with joy. Even though from his perspective we only met today, he seems to care about me. Yeah, see, so I saw him talking with her yesterday. It was wrong. That was a typo too. I feel like they've gotten a couple in here. Which, I mean, it's not too bad. It was him being like, after leaving Spacey when we didn't tell him our name, but they didn't catch on to that, which is just a minor thing. And this, saying, I saw him talking to her yesterday, but it was earlier today. You know. Well, that might be overstating it. That would be a big help. Thanks, Sena. I'm gonna settle things with Reika. You said that before. Now you're repeating yourself, crazy pants. Koyo spoke with a determined smile on his face. I felt a sharp pang in my chest. I hope he'll be all right. Together we went back to school. Then after all the students and staff left, we headed to the appropriate classroom to use the spirit board. I told him I could concentrate better on my own and asked him to wait outside. Then I placed the sheet with the letters written on it and the coin I got from Hibiki on the desk. I took a deep breath and placed my finger on the coin. According to Hibiki, the one who moved the coin on the board was a spirit of some kind. Are we going to see him? We're going to one of our later boyfriends? A kind, gentle male spirit. He assured me nothing scary would happen. With his assurances in mind, I began the ritual. Oh, spirit of the board. It's time to respond. Send me a message from somewhere beyond. If you're here, answer me by saying yes. Suddenly I heard an echo from the room as though something had burst forth from another time and place. Oh, there he is! Just then my finger began to move and a stranger appeared before me. Yep. There we go. There's our other boyfriend. I kind of like how they introduced some of the later characters. Like, Seiya kind of showed up in the school ghost stories. And, like, now, don't remember his name right now, but, like, he's showing up here. I was so surprised I almost took my finger off the coin. The being in front of me grabbed me by the wrist. Don't take your finger off the coin. I figure he's got the deep kind of voice. He's the only one that would have it. He leered at me, and I nodded in response. Don't let go until we're through. If you let go ahead of time, I'll have to haunt you. And just don't cause me any trouble, okay? Right. I kept my finger on the coin, and he placed his finger there as well before moving the coin to yes. Is that? Are you the spirit of the board? Don't waste my time with questions you already know the answer to. You called me, didn't you? Sorry, I just didn't expect you to, appear like this. Normally I don't appear, I just answer questions by moving the coin. But considering your current state, you're able to see things others normally cannot. I see. Oh, that's him. I thought there was something strange about the voice calling me, so I decided to show up myself. I guess that makes sense. See, it's like, his hair's supposed to be a ponytail, but it almost looks like super thick rat tail, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not terrible, but it could be better. But it's like Koyo's hair. It could be worse. It's not bad. It's not as bad as it could be. But it's on the border of like, yeah, you're drawing a line. You're close to the line here, you know? I can't imagine there are a lot of people who decide to play with a spirit board after death. But still, Hibiki had told me that the spirit would be kind and gentle. This guy, on the other hand, didn't seem anything like that. So, you got a question or not? If so, hurry up and ask it. I straightened my back and looked at the spirit directly in the eye. I want to ask about my friend. You see, and he's got the little flowery bruise kind of thing going over. Were you stabbed in the eye? I believe a girl dressed in a uniform like mine called you recently, right? I want you to tell me about what the two of you discussed. We didn't discuss anything. Huh? She asked me questions that were tough to answer, so I didn't. Rather, she asked me questions I couldn't answer. That it? In that case, I'm gonna leave. Wait, already? Oh, who's saying this? Somebody else. Okay, somebody else is saying, no, don't be like that. Why are you always so hasty with these things? Yukimaru. I don't know a voice for him. I really don't. Because he seems like he'd have, like, soft and gentle, but I think he's actually pretty spunky. So, like... Then coming in from the side, a man in a magnificent kimono interrupted us. I mean, like, but seriously? Like, they're fabulous. Oh, there's someone else here, too? The man turned his gaze toward me before flashing a friendly smile. Hello, hello. I believe this is our first time meeting, yes? I'm a guardian spirit. In training. I feel like he should have a little bit softer, but a little spunk. Okay, we can work with this. Okay, that can work. Hold on. A guardian spirit? You're a spirit too, then? Oh, not scared to see me, I see. Must be because you've touched the realm of the dead. He's adorable. Don't interrupt us. Why are you always bothering me like this? Oh. Or do we have an angsty bromance here? Because they're in the same part together. The other realm? Which one's it called? Which one are they in? There's two different ones. Okay, they're the spirit world. Other realm is Seiya and Minami. And spirit world is Yukimaru and Koharu. Okay. Koharu being on the left and Yukimaru on the right. Yukimaru? Yukimaru. Whatever. We'll figure it out as we go. It's obvious, isn't it? I'm bored. Well, go be bored somewhere else. I guess these two spirits know each other. Well, they're both spirits, after all. Hey, if you're done, I'm leaving. Sorry, please wait just one more minute. There's something else I want to ask. Well, then get on with it. He seems pretty short-tempered. I should hurry up and ask him when I need to. What I wanted to ask was the truth of the accident. I think it's what Sayaka's trying to do. Sorry, Bert, I have to scroll to my guide. Oh, no, it's the truth of the accident. The truth is, I was in an accident a little while ago. It was such a shock, I only have a vague memory of what happened before and after. I guess we don't ask what Sayaka's trying to do because, to be fair, we know she's trying to, we think she's trying to resurrect us, but... At the time of the accident, I think someone pushed me. Please, tell me about the person that pushed me. I was convinced Sayaka was innocent, but I still had questions. Was I pushed on accident? Or was I pushed by something unseen? The spirit pondered my question for some time before muttering a response. There was no person. Huh? What do you mean? Did I really fall into the road myself? That's not what I said. Using his finger, he guided the coin over to the word no on the paper. That's a tough one, isn't it? But what he says is true, of that you can be sure. The spirit of the board cannot lie. There was no person who pushed you, Master. No person. As he spoke, he cast his vision above my head. I followed his gaze, but was unable to see anything. Then I inhaled sharply. Something I can't see. Who invites me into the darkness? What pushed me was no person. Okay, so not someone, but did something push me into the street? The spirit of the board locked eyes with me and nodded gently. Part of me had expected this answer, yet it still sent a chill running down my spine. Am I possessed by something? Oh, no, nothing like that, Master. What's next to you is a kind of god. A god? Like a god? Hey, shut your mouth, will ya? No telling what's gonna happen if you keep talking like that. If there's someone who can do something, let them try it. I'm not afraid of gods. Please tell me, was the one who caused me to get into that accident a god? Could be. I wonder just what this god is planning to do with you. Perhaps it's some kind of test, seeing if you can overcome this challenge. Why don't we take a look and see what you should do with your life? The path ahead will be filled with trials. But please, don't give up. If you keep moving forward, I know you'll find it. The path you're truly meant to take. What the guardian spirit said made sense in the context of the words spoken to me before. And to be hidden from this world by the gods, it's almost as if you've been spirited away. Spirited away? It was just like Sayaka said before. Flashback Central! This game has been okay with flashbacks, but we're getting a lot of flashback, right now, in succession. Just bam, bam, bam. Okay, simmer down, game. These are all different local legends, but they say Norimigahama is best known for a high number of spirited away incidents. I don't know why she was starting to sound like Yui, whatever. Over 1.9 times the national average, and there was a big spike after the war in 1949. Are you sure you'll be okay? You're struggling with your future now, right? Could it really be that Norimigahama is a place where instances like that really happened? Could I really have been spirited away? I had my fair share of troubles, but were they really so intense that a god would take notice? Is that all you want to ask? Sorry, I just need a little more time. What I wanted to ask was... Oh, I guess then we ask what Sayaka was trying to do then. Oh, okay, so we're doing both. What was it that Sayaka was trying to ask the spirit of the board about? Perhaps the problem was the way I asked the question before. About my friend, the one I asked about before. Can you tell me why she summoned you? The spirit closed his eyes in thought and then began to speak quietly. She's looking for a way to bring you back. She asked me how to do it. A way to bring me back? I thought back on what Hibiki told me. God damn, it really is. This is flashback central. Simmer down, game. If so, I beg of you, please take me to that world. Please let me see my friend. I know she still wanders this earth. When Sayaka spoke to my sister, she told me she wanted to save me. She didn't tell me, she told Tsubasa, but she's seriously trying to bring me back from the dead? Is that even possible? There was just no way. And that's all I can say. Seriously? You really are a bully. Why don't you at least tell her why she's trying to bring her back? I can only answer what's asked of me. Those are the rules. Is that all you want to ask? I knew there were 2 questions I wanted to ask him, but my head was a mess. I had been spirited away by a god who wanted to see if I could overcome the challenges in front of me to find my own path. Even though it was impossible, Sayaka was trying to bring me back from the dead. Ask, am I dead? Then the spirit of the board let out a small sigh. You're mistaken. Mistaken? Oh, what's this? I thought you were only going to answer the questions she asked. Just shut up. If I was mistaken, where was I mistaken? Trying to find the answer, I spoke, thinking aloud. I was told by this god that I would have to go through trials to find the path I was meant to take. I'd been frustrated with my future until that point, so I had the feeling I was on the right track there. You're mistaken about being dead. My friend said that she wanted to bring me back from the world of the dead. She wanted to meet me to apologize for what she did to me. That's impossible, of course. You can't raise the dead. I see. So you're dead, are you? Huh? Who told you that you're dead? Some of you may have heard by now, but yesterday there was an accident near the Tsukumo Shrine. What he did? I'm so sorry for causing you to get into that accident. I told you we weren't fucking dead and we were just in a coma. Listen, instead of wasting all this time worrying about this junk, how about you think about what you can do for Spacey, huh? Nobody said that I was dead. Actually, that's not true. The only people who told me I was dead were other ghosts. Could it be? The thought sent chills running through me. I pressed my finger down even more firmly on the coin. My voice quivered as I spoke. Am I really dead? Am I really dead? The spirit didn't say anything. He quietly moved the coin across the board. To no. This is... No. I felt my chest seize up. There was no heartbeat in this chest. Still, somewhere out there, my heart continued to beat. Does that mean I'm alive? Your body's not dead, but your spirit cannot yet return to it. To put it plainly, Master, you're neither dead nor alive. You're a living ghost. Suddenly confronted with this new reality, I couldn't keep my head on straight. I told you! No one ever said we were dead, and when we went home, our mom and our sister weren't there because they was at the hospital with us. We in a coma. I told you! Told you! Because it would defeat the whole purpose of being spirited away in the first one, and that we don't get to go back to our body and get the shitty endings where, like, we can see our ghost boyfriend, but we're perfectly alive. Sucks. If they're gonna screw over Kureha and Hibiki, they're gonna screw over the rest of them, you know what I mean? Or me, in that sense, I guess. But one thing became very clear to me. I can return to the world of the living. Okay, so if you played this, were you totally bamboozled thinking we were dead up until you saw the no and you were like, did you suspect? When did you suspect? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm curious. I could go back to where Sayaka and my family were. I could go home. If you wish to return to the world of the living, you'll need to find your body and then take the proper steps. Take the proper steps? If this was indeed a challenge from a god, there would be some significance in how I could return. The first thing was that what that came to mind was my future. With one hand, I took the career survey from inside my pocket. This paper was what helped me start to regain my memory. And as I started to regain my memory, I began thinking about the path Sayaka and I were planning to take. It's kind of like you have to find your body. I'm pretty sure it's in a fucking hospital, so... We're in a city, but I can just scour. What's the closest one to the accident site? Probably the first one they took me to. My own path. If I didn't find my own way forward, I knew I'd never be able to return home. It's going to take a while, because you can't go up to a nurse and be like, hey, you got a crazy coma, bitch? You know what? You just sit at your house and you wait for your mom or your sister to go, and you follow them to the hospital that they go to, and then you find your body. It's not that fucking difficult, to be fair. If you couldn't follow them, it might take a little time, but hospital's the best guess, right? If I didn't find my own way forward, I knew I'd never be able to return home. In all honesty, there was a part of me that was quite angry with this god. But this chance encounter had helped reshape things in my mind. I looked over at the guardian spirit. He'd been very clear this wasn't an evil god that was doing this to me. Why are you staring at me with that dumbfounded look? You've just realized something incredible. Shouldn't you be happy? It's complicated, but I am very glad to know the truth. I made eye contact with both of them and bowed deeply. Thank you both very much for your helpful words and advice. Well, take care. May your life be blessed. Thank you. Just as I was about to say my parting words to them, the spirit of the board stopped me. Wait. There's something I'd like to ask of you. Of course. What is it? The one who gave you the tools to summon me. How did he appear to you? I wonder if he means Hibiki. He didn't give these items to me. He merely let me borrow them. They seem very important to him. Hibiki that is, he seems a little lonely, but he also seems to have a bright side about him too. I didn't quite know how to say what I wanted to say, but the spirit merely smiled. Aww! He's so adorable. Look at his little, like, that's my awkward nerd. And that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for telling me. Perhaps there was a history between them. There kind of is. But Hibiki didn't tell us too much. It was just like his mom taught him how to play it, and then he used to do it, and then he would talk to the spirit and everything like that. But he hasn't done it in a while. You know what I mean? So maybe, like, he's worried. Haru's worried. He's like, oh, my poor little Hibiki, how's he doing? He hasn't contacted me in a while. I'm worried about him. Either way, it was none of my business, and I merely nodded politely in return. And as quickly as they'd come, the two spirits left me standing alone in the abandoned classroom. Having received so much information at once, I was still in a state of shock. I'm alive. But then, where's my body? Could you imagine? Because, like, on the Ouija board, there's a goodbye, and it's supposed to go goodbye, and that's how you can take your hands off the planchette, right? So, like, in this, there's a yes, no, there's letters, so is there a goodbye? So, like, what if he, like, peace, and you're like, wait! You have to say goodbye to me, or I'm stuck like this forever! You really fuck with people. He probably doesn't want to. He's like, no, I'm stuck here as long as your stupid finger's on that damn freaking coin. I was probably in a hospital. The closest one would be Sagan Hospital. I decided to go there right away. Uh-oh. We're with Sena, so that's going to be difficult. As soon as I entered the hallway, I looked around for Sena, but... I searched restlessly for him before finding him toward the end of the hall. Hi, Sena. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you finished? I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I was able to learn a lot. What are you looking at? Oh, just looking at the various events and club activities that are posted on the wall here. I went to this school too, you know. This really brings me back. That's right. Sena mentioned that yesterday. Koyo and I grew up together here. It was a lot of hard work to make my dreams come true, but it was also so much fun. Both Koyo and I decided on our path in life early on, and we both worked so hard to make them a reality. Future path. If I wanted to wake up, I had to grapple with the task this god had given me, which meant I needed to find my own path. When I saw Sena's face beaming with joy, I was tinged with a feeling of envy. What do I want my path to be? I was thinking about this again. I felt a shadow cross over my heart. Hey, are you all right? I wasn't sure how long I'd been lost in my own thoughts, but when I came to, Sena was staring at me. I'm fine. It's strange. When I see you struggle with your thoughts like that, I feel a pain in my chest as well. Oh? Even though I only just met you today, I can't stop thinking about you. It's just as you said. Perhaps I really did forget you. Sena, I felt my chest tighten. Was it really okay for me to wake up? If I found what I wanted my path in life to be, if I was fully ready to wake up, could I really leave him here like this? If I have forgotten you, I want to remember. So until I do, please wait for me. Could you imagine, he has to remember you, because there's no way you could go back to the world of the living and then be dating a ghost who forgets you every day. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing, like, we're a ghost and he forgot, and then, well, eventually I'll remember, and it's okay, because we're a ghost too, but, like, I gotta try to deal with my normal life, and my ghost boyfriend forgets me, he's gonna forget to show up, and I'm not gonna be able to see him. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. What you doing? Are you getting fidgety? It's only been 26 minutes. Do you need a potty breaks? Do you need to go? Alright, hold on. I'm also trying to figure out, because at least in Kureha's we had the magic book. Okay, Hibiki had the mirror that Seiya could curse, well, or bless, or whatnot, to allow us to go in and see him. Kureha had the book, that we could... So how the hell are we gonna manage to get to see Sena if we go back? Do you gotta go potties? I need you to hurry up. We don't have all day. Nobody wants to sit here for 20 minutes while we wait for you. Shit or get off the pot bird. But if I take you back and you poop on me, it's beat the bird time. Oh, we don't beat the birdie. Do you gotta go potties? There's a lot of bullshit that you don't have to go. Bird, we don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Thank you. He's like, no, I hold it. No, you don't hold it when you're on your potty spots. You hold it when you're sitting on me. You go over there. He's like, I didn't really need to go. But you kind of do, because you're getting a little fidgety. It's been 30 minutes, and you literally poop every, 5 fucking minutes. Swear to God. Seriously, you poop, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, so holding it for an hour is a lot. They put a lot of pressure on your butthole. Nobody needed to hear that. And I swear, out of context, that's disturbing. He's a good boy. Anyway. But you know what I mean? How are we going to end up being able to see Sena? And you definitely can't do it if he never gets his fucking memory back. That would just be completely ridiculous. So he's going to end up remembering you, but anyway. Of course I'll wait. As I spoke, Sena smiled kindly at me. Maybe he's going to start to remember, because we've done a lot in Chapter 5, plus we're about to go to the hospital. And that's probably where Sena was when he got sick, when they found out he was sick or whatever. Not where he died. He died in the field, but... I smiled back at him, but my heart was filled with mixed feelings. Hey, that reminds me. You said you were going to play with the spirit board, right? Did that actually work? No, right? Well... What should I tell him? I tried everything I could think of, but nothing seemed to work. Yeah, that figures. I didn't hear any screams or anything. Screams? Yeah, if you manage to communicate with the spirit boy, the coin moves on its own, right? I'd scream if that happened. I guess you're right. That would be pretty scary. After seeing how Sena reacted to Hibiki yesterday, I knew he was truly terrified of the supernatural. Oh, that's right. I better bring these tools back to Hibiki. Conversely, I didn't want Sena freaking out again. Maybe I'll just return them later. With that in mind, I guided us out of the building, ensuring we'd avoided the staircase with Hibiki's mirror. For now, I thought it best to go to the hospital. I knew that's where my body would be. At least, that's what I thought. On the way to the hospital, I became very distressed. A reason being... I promised Koyo I'd protect you! I can't let you go alone. That's what Sena had said as he tried to follow me to the hospital. I get the feeling if we go much further, his memory will reset. If that happened, I'd have to explain everything all over again. It's just a hospital. I'll be fine. But I said I'd go with you. It's really kind of you to offer to help. Then, as we were talking, Sena stopped immediately. Here we go. What? Sena? I stopped walking and turned around to look at him. Ugh. Sena's face winced in pain as he fell on his knees to the sidewalk. Sena, stay with me! Where does it hurt? It hurts so bad. Without knowing what this meant, all I could do was bend down and try to support him. What should I do? I'm alright. I just need a minute. As he spoke, his breathing kept getting weaker and weaker. Take it slower. I'm right here with you. But it's getting late. If you don't hurry, the reception desk will close. I thought his memory would have reset again. Does Sena remember? No, he absolutely remembers. I don't really understand it. When he caught his breath, he stood up. The pain I felt, I feel like it wasn't the first time. It's like the deja vu I have whenever I'm around you. This pain in my heart. And this wasn't the first time I felt it. His heart. Could it be that the illness Sena died from had something to do with his heart? I couldn't know for sure. Perhaps the hospital brought back some memory of his illness. If that was the case, taking him to the hospital would be very difficult. I think it'd be best if I went on my own. I'm fine. The closer we get to the hospital, the more likely it is you'll forget me again. I don't totally understand it either, but it's the truth. I want you to remember me, Sena. That's why I don't want you to go with me. The words weren't just for Sena. That was how I felt as well. Please try to understand. I took his silence as affirmation and began making my way to the hospital alone. When I arrived at the hospital, I checked the names on the rooms one by one until finally, when I found the room with my name on it, I felt my legs stiffen. I'd expected this, but I suddenly felt anxious. When I entered the room, I found a pure white, clean and spacious private room. I saw someone sleeping in the bed. The patient had an IV and respirator on. A nearby monitor beeped faintly with a feeble heartbeat. There were bandages everywhere, and a pale, gaunt face peeked in through the cracks. There was no joy. I was merely speechless. I wasn't alive so much as I was being kept alive. Is that really me? My body shook, and I fell down onto my knees. Hey, Spacey! Your favorite sister came to visit! Will you be quiet? It may be a private room, but it's still a hospital. Sis? Mom? My sister stared down at me, smiling sadly as she stroked my hair. My mom looked exhausted and pulled the covers back over me. I think she's looking a little better, don't you? Yeah, for sure. It's only a matter of time before she wakes up. Tears welled up in my mom's eyes as she looked down at me. It was the same with him, too. All I could do was stand by and watch. Well, that's almost even worse than us just straight up dying is making our mom suffer like this, to be fair. Don't say that. This is different. This isn't anything like what happened with Dad. Spacey's absolutely gonna wake up. Yes, you're right. It's getting late. I know it wasn't for very long, but at least we got to see her today. Let's head home. Yes, we'll see you again tomorrow, Spacey. After the two of them left, all I could do was stand there stunned. I have to find a way to wake up soon. I couldn't keep worrying my family like this. Just as I was about to stand up, I felt a presence standing next to me. Looking up, I saw Koyo and... Sena? What's going on? Wait, you're alive? Both Koyo and Sena looked at me with shocked expressions on their faces. Sena's like, why is she in 2 spots? And Koyo's like, you're not dead! You lied to me, you bitch! I stood up and began to explain things to them, but Koyo's gonna click onto this faster. Poor Sena's over there still trying to figure out why there's 2 of us. Is that your twin sister or something? I'm a living ghost, so it seems I am still alive. Seriously? That's great, I'm so glad. Koyo sighed with relief as he spoke, but Sena looked pale, staring aghast at the scene that was unfolding before him. What are you 2 doing here? I saw Sena hobbling around in front of the hospital. He looked like he was in a ton of pain, but he insisted on coming to the hospital. He kept saying he wants you to believe in him, that he wouldn't forget you no matter what. Sena. It's all thanks to you Sena's made it this far. And that's how I see it anyway. I'm glad to hear that. Turning my gaze to Sena, I saw him standing still, stunned by what he was seeing. Seeing 2 of me, seemed unable to process everything. The person lying in the bed there, that's the real me. I wasn't sure how telling Sena all of this would affect him. But having come this far, I thought it best to expose him to more of what was really going on. The version of me you see standing here is my spirit. I'm a ghost. And someday, I'll return to that body. Sena seemed too stunned to speak. He kept shifting his eyes between the me standing before him and the me in the bed. His eyes seemed to be wandering somewhere, fighting between dream and reality. Sena, I'm fine. This pain, it's nothing. I have to keep living. You are dead, Sena. Koyo, what are you... Sena, the pain you're feeling right now, it's not real. For God's sake, please try to remember. Every time I tried to bring you to the hospital, your memories were reset. But now you're finally here. I'm begging you, please. Just accept that you're dead. I couldn't be sure if it was because of Koyo's desperate pleas, but Sena's breathing slowed. Stop joking around. I can't be dead. But you're not laughing. When he finished speaking, he collapsed on the spot. Sena! Damn it. Koyo picked Sena up off the floor, and just as we were about to leave the room, the door suddenly slid open, and in trudged an ashen-faced Sayaka. Sayaka! She walked up next to where my body was asleep, pursed her lips, and gazed down at me. She got crazy eyes right now. She has no pupils. Concerned as I was about Sayaka, Sena needs my attention right now. I'm so sorry, Spacey. Huh? I tried everything I could think of, but I just couldn't save you. But there's something I can do. I'll find you in the spirit world. Sayaka's eyes were empty, and I felt an unpleasant stirring in my chest. Koyo quickly dropped Sena on the floor and pulled out his phone from his pocket. Koyo, what are you... I don't care about Sena right now. He's already dead. He can't get any worse. That's so cold, but true. Fair. Frankly, I'm more worried about that. Just as before, he pulled the phone to his face. Suddenly, Sayaka's phone began to buzz with an incoming call. You're calling Sayaka? Because he's going to stop her from doing something stupid. She had no pupils, so yeah. Yeah, no, quick, give me your hand. Did he feel the same uneasiness I did? With that, I quickly took his hand. Hello? Can you hear me? Huh? What's going on? Phone in hand, Sayaka began frantically looking around the room. Koyo turned to look at me, and I called out to Sayaka. Sayaka, it's me! Spacey! No! Seriously? You're such a fan of the occult and you really can't believe this? Speaking to her in my usual tone, her eyes went wide with shock. I'm so sorry. What I did to you? You don't have to apologize anymore. I heard all the previous ones, Sayaka. I'm sorry, too. I got so wrapped up in myself, I didn't talk to you about the future. That... You didn't do anything wrong. I guess in that case, we're both in the clear. Spacey, thank you. Hey, I want you to know, I'm okay, and I'll be home real soon. As I spoke, my vision blurred. My face grew hot, and I felt my voice choke up. I found it hard to speak through the tears. I'll tell you everything about my adventures. Everything you did for me. I want you to know. I saw all of it. You tried so hard to save me. Thank you, Sayaka. Spacey. I just didn't want to be alone. That's why I was so fixated on you, but I'll get stronger. I'm sorry for how weak I was before. It's okay. Let's think about our future together. I promise next time we'll figure things out together. And even if we end up on different paths, we'll cheer each other on. I'll be home soon, so please wait there for me. Sorry, we're out of time. Thank you, Koyo. I knew that he had given us as much time as he possibly could. Koyo exhaled with a tired look on his face, and I bowed deeply with gratitude. Sayaka was still there in the hospital room, but she wore a different expression from before. Relieved, we all left the hospital. Koyo carried Sena and brought us to the park where the three of us had watched the stars the night before. Koyo laid him down roughly under the twinkling night sky. Chucks him. Fucking asshole! Hey, be careful with him! Give me a break, will ya? I've been carrying this guy for a long time now. Koyo had an uncharacteristically irritated look on his face as he spoke. But thinking about what Koyo said, I realized how much truth there was in his words. The way he'd cried out in the hospital before. How many times had Koyo said those same words to Sena before? Where am I? Sena! Seeing him try to get up, I rushed over to him and gave him a soft smile. Oh, good. It looks like he's okay. Well, I mean, he's already dead! Koyo's not wrong. Yeah, whatever. He's already dead. He's fine. Like, basically. He's as bad off as he's gonna get. I instinctively looked around for Koyo. He was already leaving. His back was to us as he was walking away slowly. He must feel so frustrated by all of this. I felt a sharp pang in my heart as I watched him leave. It's kind of funny that he just dumps him and goes. Like... I collapsed, didn't I? You remember? Yeah, I remember. All of it. Sorry. I must have looked pretty stupid back there. It's hard to find out you're dead. Don't say that. He smiled bashfully up at me and outstretched his hand. Will you shake my hand? Huh? Now? Puzzled, I held out my hand toward him, and his thin fingers wrapped around mine. As ghosts, there should have been no warmth there. But strangely, his hand felt warm to me. As I reflected on how uncanny it was, he pulled me by the hand and into his warm embrace. We're getting CG. Hey, Spacey. Sorry it took me so long to remember you. Oh, no, we got nothing. You really do remember me? Yeah, as soon as I woke up just now. It's like my mind's totally clear. I saw the girl I fell in love with at first sight. I couldn't help but hold her. Oh no, not this again. Okay, perhaps it wasn't love at first sight, but I do love you. What? Every day I met you, I fell for you. Little by little. This is romantic and ridiculous. We're not even in your route. I'm going to assume when we go down Koyo's route, we don't get this moment because shit. I wanted to stop the clock and keep repeating the time I was alive, but then you came along. And for the first time, I wanted to move forward. I wanted the clock to move because otherwise, I'd have never truly met you, Spacey. For so long I'd resisted. I was in denial about the fact that I was dead. And the way Koyo spoke to me before seemed to have an effect too. There was so much pain in his voice. I was so frustrated with myself when I realized I was the cause of his pain. I kept living in a fantasy, pretending I was alive, because I was too weak to face my own death. You don't need to blame yourself. If you can remember everything now, I think that just means you've gotten stronger. Also, it's really hard to accept that you're dead. Unless you went out, you were like, no, it's my time. But, like, he wasn't ready to let go and then he died. So that's going to be a little traumatic. I certainly hope that's the case. But I think I am still rather weak. I've grown quite tired. If I fall asleep, I'm worried my memory will reset, and I'll forget you again. That scares me worse than death. Well, you've already achieved one of those. It's okay. I'll stay with you as long as it takes for you to remember. Because I'm falling for you too, Sena. Okay, we're definitely on the path to his route, so we're definitely gonna... This is, like, probably the scene before we hit his chapter, because there is no way we're gonna get this scene in Koyo's route, right? And then after a while, I know you'll say those words to me again. I love you. Thank you. It's no wonder I've fallen for you. Even if I forget you when I wake up tomorrow, I want you to know I love you. Glad to hear that. I'm already looking forward to our date tomorrow. Me too. So much so I don't know how I could possibly forget. Those were the last words he spoke before his body and eyelids grew heavy. He lay down gently on the grass, and I lay down beside him. Listening to him gently breathe, I looked up at the night sky and made a wish on a shooting star. Please, remember me. Here we go! Look at him. Look how beautiful and dramatic he is. I love their little title cards. Chapter 6. Sena. Is he going to forget? Oh my god. I stared at the stars for a long time. Eventually, the morning sun began to break. Sitting on the grass of the park, I turned over to look at Sena, who had fallen asleep. Using his arms as a pillow, he'd fallen fast asleep while staring at the stars. It was just as the urban legend had said, the former star staring up at the stars. Just then his head began to move. Sena, do you remember me? His memory seemed to reset every time he'd fall asleep. If that happened again, he'd forget everything from yesterday, including his words of love. The more I thought about it, the more my chest ached. No, it's not about me. What I truly wished was for Sena to realize he was dead. If you're grieving over the fact that you're dead, if that's your lingering regret, there's no way you'll be able to cross over. Sena's memory was constantly resetting so he could pretend to be alive. If only he could accept his death, he'd find a way to get closer to crossing over. I wish Sena could relinquish his dreams he had in life. It was easy for me to think that way, but for Sena, it would be nearly impossible. Small waking noises reached my ears, and Sena slowly opened his eyes. Could you imagine if he did forget you again? He'd be scared shitless with somebody like, hey! As you're sleeping in the grass. Sena, do you remember me? Huh? I felt so much fear as I watched him blink his eyes while he looked back at me. I think he's forgotten. I felt a sudden pain in my chest. Up until now, when he said, nice to meet you, I was shocked, but okay. But after everything that happened, if he said the same thing to me, Pretend to be a fan, try to make him remember. Oh, try to make him remember. We don't pretend to be a fan. Try to make him remember. You know what? This is a red herring. We're going to try to make him remember, and he's going to be like, I didn't forget you. I just haven't fully woken up yet. Because when you first wake up, you're like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? You don't just like bounce out, woohoo, proud to be awake. You're like, the fuck is happening? You know what I mean? That is probably him right now. Yeah, try to make him remember. I had made a promise to him. If he forgot, I'd tell him everything again. A small voice in my head told me that if it was just gonna hurt him, why bother? No matter how much it hurt, even if it's only for a moment, I have to make him remember. I can't give up. Sena, please remember me. You and I are... Spacey, you and I are lovers, right? As he spoke, he touched my cheek with his hands. I love that so much. I really do. Because he's like, huh? And you're like, Sena, and he's like, huh? Like, he's all confused. Because it's like he just woke up, and then you're like, Sena, You might not remember me, but he's like, no, girl, I got it. Jesus Christ, simmer down. I just woke up 2 minutes ago. But I like the fact that they put that in there and you're like, oh, son of a bitch, this again. He forgot again. And it's like, no, he didn't. Oh.
Well, maybe it's too soon to say lovers. It's probably too early for you to say you love me, but you're at least interested.
Sweetie, we could be lovers anywhere, anytime, any place. No one's going to see us, except for Koyo, maybe.
Well... Your smile's great, but your flustered face is cute, too.
I wasn't sure my heart could handle this roller coaster of emotions.
Thank you for helping me remember. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. I promise from now on, no matter how many times I close my eyes, I'll never forget you.
I'm just so relieved you remember me. Me too. I mean, you knew okay, you didn't really know. I had a strong hope / suspicion that he would eventually remember you because, again, if he never remembered you ever, it would really make it difficult to romance him. You know what I mean? But I didn't know it was going to happen before you got into his route. You know what I mean? I figured we'd still be fighting him a little bit in his route. But I like that he remembers everything. Oh my God, I'm dead. And then is like, I love you. And then passes out. And then now we're in his route. Like, that's cute. Kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. Because again, I really expected them to, he's getting better at remembering us, but doesn't fully remember us in his route. And it's going to be us falling in love with him and making him remember in his route. So I really hope that now that he's woken up once and remembered, they don't backtrack and him forget again. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do it.
I'm sorry for making you worry, but yes, I remember you. You're so sweet, so cute. You really are a wonderful girl. I also remember you're alive and that you'll be returning soon. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yesterday I explained everything to him at the hospital. I'm glad he remembers. His eyes looked sadly at me as I choked on my words. Have you guys been here since last night? I leapt up in surprise when I saw him. Koyo, we got big news! Sena remembered me! I think that means he remembers every... Wait, slow down. What?
Yeah, I remember you told me everything when you were having that temper tantrum at the hospital. Actually...
Then just as Sena was about to explain everything... Just as I thought, nowhere to be seen. I told you, ghosts only come out at night.
Yeah, but there are people that have seen him during the day, too.
No way, that's gotta be fake. It's the young man looking at the stars myth, right? There aren't even any stars out.
Well...
Come on, let's just go. We're gonna be late for class. Huh. Let's at least come back after school. Please, please, I'll buy you lunch. As we heard the conversation between the passing students, we looked at each other. They were talking about Sena just now, right? Sena's as popular as ever.
That makes me happy. Even in death, there are still fans flocking to see me. I'm so lucky.
Did you say death just now? It's so funny because we were like, wait. He's like, wait. What did you? Because we were rushing to tell him. Sena remembers everything at the hospital. He's like, yeah, you're talking to me at the hospital. He's like, wait. And then we see the girls and he's like, wait, what? Because we were all talking too fast for him to catch on that, okay, this is so funny.
I guess the two of them saved me the trouble of having to explain it.
Sena spoke lightly before trying to pick up a flower from near his feet.
Oh, look at that! My fingers went right through it.
As he spoke, Sena almost looked like he was enjoying himself. I got the feeling that he might be faking it to not seem emotional. Koyo, on the other hand, was left in stunned silence.
Yes, I finally know now. I really am dead. Ever since I died and became a ghost, I've been unable to come to grips with it. The reason I was finally able to face reality is thanks to her. And to you, Koyo. Yesterday at the hospital, you pleaded for me to understand. Actually, that's not right. It wasn't just yesterday. I know you've been trying to make me accept it for some time. I'm sorry I always turned away, and thank you.
Koyo let out a deep sigh before a gentle smile appeared on his face. Now fucking hug, you idiots! The past doesn't matter. I'm just glad you understand now. As he said that, a soft smile crept up on Sena's face. Thank goodness. Then Koyo turned to me before bowing deeply. What are you doing? It wasn't just me. This couldn't have happened without you. Spacey, thank you so much. I'm just happy I could help. Koyo slowly looked up and laughed with the brightest smile.
Thanks to both of you, I finally understand. Now I just need to enjoy my life as a ghost.
Hearing those words from Sena, Koyo's expression tightened and he sat down on the spot. Well, I guess you're free to enjoy it, but you really should focus on crossing over. First things first, you can't allow your heart to be corrupted. Otherwise, you might become a wraith.
A wraith, huh? I might not know all the details, but that certainly doesn't sound good. But alright, I won't allow my heart to get corrupted.
Bad ending. Option. There you go. Sorry, based on everything I've seen so far, I just don't buy that. Sena, you don't have much willpower.
No, that's totally not true. Besides, Koyo, you have way less willpower than me. Remember that girl from yesterday, Reika?
I totally forgot. That's right. Did everything turn out okay, Koyo? Don't worry about me. I found someone to help me out. Someone to help him out? Does he mean Kureha? I mean, Kureha does have a big fucking sword. But Kureha is such a goddamn little cinnamon bun, there was no fucking way he would stab anyone. You two focus on yourselves. Sena, you focus on crossing over. Spacey, you focus on getting back to your body. Got it? Can we just focus on a romance for now? Okay. He's right. I gotta keep moving forward. Sena, you got it? Right. Got it. Huh. What's wrong with Sena? His face seems kind of gloomy, because he's thinking I'm going to cross over and I just found you and fell in love with you and now you're going to go back to life? Yeah, that's what he said about.
But for today at least, I've got plans. She and I are going on a date.
Oh, that's right. Hey.
Oh, hey, did you forget? I was really looking forward to it.
No, it's not like that. I was just more worried about whether or not you'd remember me, Sena.
Well, if you were worrying about me, I guess I can forgive you.
When he put it that way, it was kind of embarrassing. But seeing as he normally forgets all about me, this is a big improvement. Well, it's okay if you two enjoy yourselves, but don't overdo it. We can't say for sure whether your memory will reset again or not. Yeah, I guess that is still a possibility. Considering everything that had happened so far, it was certainly possible he'd forget about all this tomorrow. So we're probably never going to see or hear from Reika again until we go down Koyo's route. That's going to be like the huge crux of his issue, you know?
I'm not going to forget. That is to say, I don't want to forget.
Hearing Sena speak with such certainty, I felt relieved. Then I thought I saw Koyo twitch and he pulled something out of his pocket. Is that a smartphone? You stick with that thought. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. With that, Koyo stood up and quickly walked away. That phone didn't look like his normal one.
Well, shall we head out?
Yeah, let's do that. Koyo's strange behavior left me somewhat concerned, but right now I had a promise with Sena to keep. We stood up and began walking to the entrance of the park together. Okay. I was like, do we get a Sena perspective? Because that'd be nice, because that'll take up the last few minutes.
I walked toward the park entrance with Spacey. Then I stole a glance at her. I always thought she was cute, but today she looked especially adorable. Probably because this was the first day I remembered her. Hey, shall we hold hands?
Sure.
Having been given the okay by Spacey, I scooped her hand into mine and intertwined our fingers.
That's, kind of creepy.
I can't help myself. I'm just so happy. After Spacey narrowed her eyes, she smiled.
In that case, I guess it can't be helped.
She really is so cute. I want to protect her smile. When I woke up earlier, she looked at me anxiously.
Man,
I feel terrible being the cause of such an expression.
Sena, are you listening to me?
Sorry. I was just thinking something over.
If there's something you're worried about, you should tell me. It might have to do with your lingering regrets.
Lingering regrets, huh?
If there's anything I can do to help you cross over, Sena, I want to do it.
Okay. Thank you. I gave our intertwined hands a little squeeze. I knew that soon I'd have to let her go. And for the time being, I wanted to hold her just a little longer.
So adorable and sweet, and then you're going to tell me I can't have my dead ghost boyfriend, I'm going to go back to life and whatever. Okay. If I stay dead and we both cross over and find each other in another life, I could accept that. But originally when it was like, okay, we're dead. Okay, I didn't believe that, but I was like, okay, if we're dead and we have an ending where we're dead and we stay with Sena and everything's cool and it's just the two of us hanging out forever in eternity, perfect ending, okay? We had that with Kureha. Look, I'm happy with that, okay? And then if we had another one of like, will we both cross over and we find each other in the next life? I can take it then. But if we do the crossover thing, but then our other one is, I go back to life, and then I just maybe get to see my ghost boyfriend while I live for the next 60 fucking years, or 70 or 80 years, who fucking knows. Yeah, that sucks. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like those endings. No. No. And then the other good ending, air quotes around that, is going to be like, we both die and cross over? No. Well, we both cross over. I stay dead and we cross over. No. No, I won't accept that as a good ending unless the other one is I stay dead and we hang out forever together. You know what I mean? But this game's going to fuck me over and it's always going to have the like, I go back and live my life with my ghost boyfriend in the mirror or whatever. At least Hibiki's, we got to touch him. We could pop into the mirror. But when we graduate, okay, yeah, we did have that like, oh, Seiya will have to figure out something. And that was probably, like, the best case scenario for most people. But, like, his other ending was, like, really sad. You're like, okay, we're going to say goodbye to him, and he only popped up. We haven't ever had any communication with him. We're just hoping he's still out there. That's depressing and sad. You know what I mean? Like, that's way too close to reality when you lose someone you love. Nah, I don't like that. That's depressing. Not my Tome games. You know what I mean? Like, not really what I was really expecting when you're dating dead dudes. You know what I mean? Like, I had to figure it wasn't going to be, like, perfect, happy unicorns and rainbows endings. But, like, so far I'm like, no, they hurt a little. And so you have these routes and you're like, they're fun and we're figuring things out. And then we got a cute little romance. And then I have a bittersweet, sad, hurt me ending. And I don't like that, man. I think it's worse because, like, this has been, like, pretty fluffy and adorable. Okay, Sena couldn't remember us, but now it's like it's going to be fluffy and adorable and cute, and then we're not going to get to be with him, and that's... What the fuck? Yeah. But anyway, we'll go on our date with Sena next time, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.